Welcome everyone back to the Brown Athletic Center. Lorenzo Robinson with Taylor Jackson on the call for this Appalachian Athletic Conference tilt between the Reinhardt Eagles and the Kentucky Christian Knights. Reinhardt entering into this game with an 8-10 record, 5-6 in conference play. Eagles trying to right the ship and establish themselves as a real threat in the AAC tournament. Meanwhile, Kentucky Christian coming into this game with a 2-16 record. That's the bad news. The good news for them is both of those wins came in Appalachian Athletic Conference play, as they look to add a third one here on the road in Waleska. Taylor should be a really good one tonight. Reinhardt trying to get things back going on the right track.
Absolutely. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of two big names for the Reinhardt Eagles here. T. Williams averaging 18.4 points a game, and you also got Nate Jones averaging 18.9 points a game. I mean, you can just assume they're gonna just hang on those two and continue playing basketball with those at the helm. With those two at the helm.
That would be a strong assumption. Jones free throw line jumper won't go. Starters for Reinhardt: Wiggins, Jones, Fisher, James, Williams. Three ball is going to be good. That's Gray knocking it down for KCU. Zay Wiggins trying to push the pace. Brazen James recently returned from injury for the Eagles. Pump fake. Inside, the layup will be no good, but he draws the foul. Starters for KCU: Sanders, King Joyner, Gray, DeBoard, and Hood.
You love to see that from Brazen James coming off, especially like you just said, coming off an injury. Just not being timid and just attacking the rim and able to draw the block.
Absolutely correct. And if you were watching Reinhardt play earlier this year, when Brazen James was playing and healthy and at his best, and then you see them play really over the course of the time that he's been off the floor, there has been a marked shift in the energy that the team has on the floor. And it's not an indictment against those guys. It's more of just how much energy and how much Brazen James brings to the table for them. So an absolute huge loss for them in those games. But his return definitely sets them up to try to maybe go on a run here starting against KCU.
Absolutely. And when you lose him, you lose a big rebounder. He is somebody that jumps over everybody. He is somebody that's going to, he's going to raise the roof, and he has that ability, on the defense as well as the offensive side, on the rebounding side of basketball.
DeBoard got the rebound and the putback. It's 5-0 in favor of the Knights. Zay Wiggins handling the ball. T. Williams, isolation in the post. Gets poked away, but Brazen James has it. He's attacking Sanders inside, but it will be rejected by Markel Hood. Hood's going to back it up. He's now being guarded by Nate Jones. Hood behind the back. Hood stops on a dime. Sanders looking, and he's going to make a pass to King Joyner. And that one thrown away by KCU. Ball will go back to the Eagles. So Brazen James, of course, a guy who's very important. Another guy who may not get much of the attention when you talk about one of the better players on Reinhardt's team, but it's someone who I consider an X factor for them, Nakai Fisher. Nakai Fisher is as Williams shoots this one and it doesn't go. Nakai Fisher is a very effective three-point shooter. He's also capable of driving to the rim and creating his own shot. This shot open for KCU will not go, and T. Williams with the rebound. But when Nakai Fisher's playing confident and at his best, it really strengthens this team as Fisher down low can't get the layup to fall. As he really strengthens the team and makes them even more unpredictable offensively when he's able to get going. DeBoard open, three ball, will not go. Rebound, Nate Jones. Zay Wiggins has it. Hits Fisher ahead. Fisher, pump fake, kick out to James. Wiggins will reset. T. Williams driving inside. Charging foul on T. Williams. Nice job by Hood, standing in there, drawing the contact. We're going to see Brown check in, or we will not see him check in. And now we're going to see him check in. He checks in for Nakai Fisher. So Fisher will take a seat. Brown entering the game for the Reinhardt Eagles. And a big thing for Reinhardt over the course of this year, for most of their time on the floor, they play without a true five-man. T. Williams, Derek Brown, Nakai Fisher, those are guys that can masquerade down low, but they're more like hybrid wings, forwards, as that shot clock violation goes against KCU. But they're more hybrid wings, forwards, very versatile, capable of defending in the paint, but not really your traditional rim protector type. So what do you think the emphasis will be for KCU offensively going against a team like that with many switchable guys but without a true rim protector?
I mean, you take advantage of your for lack of a better word, you take advantage of your smaller guys. But not only that, the Reinhardt Eagles play very fast-paced basketball. I mean, that is something that you have to match on the KCU side. And I mean, you're seeing it now. They are playing really, really fast, and they want to run these guys down. But that is your ability when you have a smaller team and a team that has the ability to run like the Reinhardt Eagles.
Pass to the board, and that's going to be too many steps for Rice the board. The board gets called for the walk. Scores 5-2 in favor of the Knights. Tucker Lau and Donovan Perriman enter the game. Brazen James, Zay Wiggins will exit.
Hey, cut it!
Perriman, another very important player who's dealt with some injury issues for Reinhardt. He's a traditional point guard for the Eagles. He gets everyone set and in motion. Nate Jones, open three, can't get it to go. Perriman also a really talented on-ball defender, as is Tucker Lau. Tucker Lau, one of the better point-of-attack defenders in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Open three for KCU. It will not fall. Kobe Gray had a good look, but it didn't go. Hood blocked by Brown. Brown tried to block it again, but Hood, nice job, hanging in the air and knocking it down. Perriman throwing it up to Lau. Lau, step back, three-pointer will fall. Tucker Lau from the left corner.
And I'll tell you, the Reinhardt Eagles playing this fast-paced offense, that is something that is difficult to do. You have to be able to play a lot of players. I mean, you can't go a full game playing the offense that the Reinhardt Eagles are playing the game that the Reinhardt Eagles want to play without having guys like Tucker Lau and like Donovan Perriman coming in and having the ability to step in and make good shots like Tucker Lau.
Lau, another three ball. It won't go. The rebound fought for, and Donovan Perriman was fighting the board for it. It will go back to the KCU Knights. And a big group substitution here for Kentucky Christian. Going to see a host of new players on the floor for them.
Now, this is something that's difficult for KCU, too. You have to, if you're going to allow the game to be so fast-paced, you also have to have the ability to trust, you have to have 10 guys that are able to go constantly, like running up and down the floor. And if you're a coach of another team and you don't have that, it is very difficult.
Inside, and the layup goes. That's Lamar Northington II with the layup. Perriman passes it to Brown. Brown to Jones. Jones to Williams. Williams ISO in that mid-post area. Back to Nate Jones. Three ball will not fall. The rebound from Northington. Northington's going to push the pace. He kicks it ahead to Sarah Katsanis. That pass to Jaden Lloyd. KCU's going to try to reset. Great defense down low by Brown, and it will be recovered by Lloyd. Lloyd gets it over to Northington, who hits his second bucket of the game. 11-5 in favor of the visiting Knights. Perriman, Brown, three ball will not fall. Perriman down low. Great fight for the board. Great job by Perriman staying with it. Nice hustle. Brazen James will return to the game for the Eagles. Nate Jones will take a seat.
Ego. Four. T. Give T one. Quick one. Ego.
And we're going to see for the first time in this game and for the first time in a while. So he's been dealing with some injury struggles for Reinhardt. Hasn't been fully healthy right now, enters the game and tries to provide them with a paint presence that they so desperately need. Brown with the steal. Here comes the show. The jam from Derek Brown. The Eagles tack on 2 more. Jaden Lloyd bringing it up. Pearman playing defense. He may have had a clock malfunction here. The ref's talking to the scores table about it. But Bryson Hall, again, he's a guy that his size at 6'8" is really something that this Eagle team needs going forward throughout this year. Again, not really playing a whole lot of guys that are traditional rim protectors, traditional paint presences. Hall, if he can provide that for you, it adds a much-needed dimension to this team. And we already know that they can score with some of the best in the conference as well.
Absolutely, and coming in this game, I mean, just seeing how fast-paced it is, you got to be able to make sure that you are able to keep up. KCU on the other side, number 10, D'Angelo Stockstill. He's a 6'8", redshirt sophomore. He's a forward. Now, we want to see how well they match up against each other on both sides of the court.
Side and strong. Side and strong.
D'Angelo Stockstill matched up with Hall. Pearman has it dribbling against Jaden Lloyd. Pearman trying to make a move. Screen by Brown. Hall in the post against Stockstill. Bryson Hall. Jumper is good. Nice little baby hook there from Bryson Hall. He has 2 points. That's a good omen for the Eagles. Again, a post-up scorer. That type of presence, something they haven't really had.
Absolutely, and you love to see him. He's playing well on both sides of the ball. Right now, they're playing man defense, and they are switching everything. And you got D'Angelo Stockstill on a 5'8" guard sitting down low, and they aren't getting him the ball. That is a difficult situation to be in when you have a mismatch up like that. You want to see KCU move the ball, and you want to see them take advantage of that.
That is a tough situation, and maybe instead of the full-on switch, you could potentially go to some hedging a little bit, or maybe a trap in the post if they get it down there. But that's what Reinhardt does. They have plenty of aggressive on-ball defenders. Their bigs move their feet very well to be the size that they are. So Coach Newton not afraid to go with a switching defense.
Absolutely, and you got your starters back in there. You got Zay Wiggins coming off the bench back in after a quick break. T. Williams, Nate Jones. So you're sitting with Brazen James, Bryson Hall, the transfer from Southern Miss.
What happened?
So it appears there's going to be a timeout for Nate Jones.
Mid-play?
So Jones exits. Nakai Fisher will re-enter for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Odd situation there. I mean, he was pulled. I mean, the ref blew the whistle, was pulled for maybe a little bit of blood on his pants. But it was weird how it was mid-play. I mean, he stopped it off mid-shot of Nate Jones.
Good.
And at this point in the season, T. Williams, beautiful move inside, gets the midi to fall. But to this point in the year, this is probably one of the bigger lineups that Reinhardt has gone to. Brazen James is at the 2, Zay Wiggins, a bigger guard, at the 1, and then T. Williams playing his more natural position at the 4 spot, and Nakai Fisher playing the 3. So Reinhardt, a bigger group with Bryson Hall in the middle, rebound Stockstill, and he gets the putback to fall. And when you go with a bigger group, you do not want to get out-rebounded. Fisher, corner pocket, can't get it to go. The rebound will go, and it's knocked away by Reinhardt. So Bryson Hall's first shift is over. Gave the Eagles some pretty good minutes. Derek Brown now re-enters for Reinhardt. The 5 for the Eagles: Wiggins, Fisher, Williams, Brown, and James. Open three for Northington, will not fall. Brazen James with the rebound. Zay Wiggins gets it. He's going to push the pace. Hits Brown ahead. Derek Brown inside. Score, and one more for Derek Brown.
It's a great push there from Brazen James off the rebound. Getting it to a guard, and the guard ability to get it to a playmaker like Derek Brown, and he's able to get an opportunity out of three-point play.
Brazen James hitting ahead Zay Wiggins. Zay Wiggins really creating that play by keeping the tempo, pushing the pace, and making a beautiful pass to Derek Brown. Brown looking to complete the three-point play. And he will not. Rebound, Fisher. Nakai Fisher down low. Loses it, but regains it. Fisher to Brown. Brown in the mid-range area. Pulls up. It will not fall. Rebound, Jaden Lloyd. Lloyd passes it to Stockstill. Sarah Katsanis has it, and Brown with the steal. Brown walking the tightrope. Brazen James down low. Takes the contact, but can't finish the lay-in. Brown fighting Lloyd down low for the ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Knights. Score 14-13 in favor of the Knights as Nate Jones will re-enter the ball game. Brazen James will take a seat for Reinhardt. Now the five for the Eagles: Jones, Wiggins, Fisher, Williams, and Brown. Same five on the floor for KCU. Sarah Katsanis has the ball, guarded by Brown. Stockstill at the top of the key. He's dribbling, trying to make something happen. The pass, open, three ball, falls for KCU. Jaden Lloyd, his first three of the game. Knights now up by 4. Jones has it. Wiggins hits Williams in the post. T. Williams in the post, trying to make a move. Step back jumper, falls. T. Williams, nice move there.
And you love to see that. You want to get your playmakers, and you want to get, specifically T. Williams. You want to get him alone one-on-one with somebody, and you're gonna make some magic once you do that.
Lloyd drives inside, hangs in the air. Nice finish from Jaden Lloyd. He's now up to 6 points. Zay Wiggins trying to push the pace. Pass to Williams, takes the foul. Maybe not a foul. Coach Newton certainly disagrees. Stockstill has it, and he passes it to Northington. Northington cross court, corner pocket, three ball. KCU doesn't fall. Derek Brown recovers it. The action is coming fast and furious. Fisher has it. Look out below. He can't finish the layup. Nakai Fisher doesn't finish the layup. He got caught between going for the dunk and the lay-in. Eagles back on defense. Pass to Stockstill. Stockstill, Northington, three ball, won't fall. Fisher going to the ground, a collision, and it will go back to the Eagles. A lot of action there, and it didn't seem like there was much scoring being done on both sides.
No, absolutely. Absolutely not. You got Nakai Fisher was it looked like he was going for the jam, and then I don't know if he lost his footing and decided to lay it in, and it just happened to roll out. And if you're looking on the screen now, you saw Nakai Fisher after he landed out, after he missed the layup, he actually fell into the backdrop underneath the basket into some spectators that are sitting over there.
So Bryson Hall re-enters the game for Reinhardt. He comes in for T. Williams. Williams will take a rest. Surely a quick rest for Coach Newton's squad. Wiggins gives it to Fisher. Fisher on the wing. Back to Wiggins. Brown sets a screen and pops to the top of the key. Derek Brown dribbling down low and gets stolen. That's DeBoard, who just re-entered the game. DeBoard's going to dribble it back out, looking to make a pass. Sanders' ball is stolen by Nate Jones. Nakai Fisher has it. He's bringing it up the floor. Fisher to Brown. Brown dribbling. Fisher, three ball, wing. It goes. Nakai Fisher from downtown.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, Bryson Hall on the steal down here, full sprinted from opposite three-point line to make the stop on the fast break down here, and was able to get him to pull back and allow Nate Jones for the steal.
Absolutely, and great hustle by the big man, and kind of showing he can function in different styles, right? He could function as that traditional rim protector, but also play that up and down style that Reinhardt loves to play. He's definitely going to be an important piece for them. You would love to see what this team looks like when getting contributions from him on a consistent basis.
Hey, Bryson, get your man. Get your man.
Obviously, the Appalachian Athletic Conference right now currently being dominated by teams like U-Pike and CIU. But we've seen in the AAC Conference Tournament, expect the unexpected. We've seen 7 seeds and 6 seeds make runs at the title. We've seen 8 seeds make their way all the way to the semis. So Reinhardt trying to prove that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in Kingsport, Tennessee. Hall down low. DeBoard slaps the hand of Hall. Gets called for a foul. Scores 19-18. About 7.5 remaining here in the first half.
Let's go. You want your big guy. If you're going to get those one-on-ones down at the bottom, you have to be conscious of other defenders when you're trying to work your one-on-one.
And you can tell that KCU has a certain amount of respect for him, because when he touches it, you start to see other arms just start swinging at it. Nice move by Hall, but he can't get it to fall. Hood dribbling, makes a move. Jumper is no good. Rebound T. Williams. Williams is able to save it as well. Donovan Pearman dribbling, passes it. Hall for 3, gives it to Williams. Williams floater, won't go. Rebound Pearman. Pearman to Fisher. Fisher tried to make a move there. Eagles gonna try to reset.
Make a play.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nate Jones, step back jumper, won't fall. Rebound Hood. DeBoard has it, looking to make a move. He tried to climb Mount Hall, doesn't do so. 2 guys try to climb Mount Hall. Both guys get denied, and that's too many steps. Eagles ball. Great job by the big man, Bryson Hall. That, again, is an aspect that the Eagles have been sorely missing all throughout this season. Rim protection.
Absolutely, but you don't just have rim protection. You got a guy that is willing to take the contact.
Good job. Way to hunt the paint, Don.
Like, it's something to be said when, you know, great shot blockers, guys like Dikembe Mutombo, guys like Dwight Howard, they used to always say, you have to be willing to push yourself out there, right? You're not going to block them all, but you have to be willing to contest time and time again. Eventually, you're going to strike fear in the opposing team. They're not going to want to try you too much down low when they know that you're coming after each and every one.
Absolutely. He just proved that there. I don't think you're going to see much of anybody else, at least for the time being, going to take a shot at trying to go above him for the remainder of this game.
So Brazen James re-enters the contest. Nakai Fisher will take a seat. Hall tries a 3, and it will not fall. Bryson Hall's been playing so hard. You have to give him that one. A bit of a heat check. He almost gets a steal there. DeBoard makes a move. Quick pass to the corner. 3 ball will not go for KCU. Rebound Bryson Hall, and they're going to call an over-the-back foul. It's going to go against Hall.
I think this has been a a quick whistle game. These guys are just being aggressive, in my opinion. I don't think it's an over-a-back call. They're side to side. He's kind of just bullying them. Do you call a push foul on that if he's just obviously bigger than everybody? Seems like too much of a quick whistle here.
I completely agree, but sometimes you have to let bigs play. You have to give them a chance to establish their physicality in the game.
Absolutely. You enjoy seeing that big on big play. You enjoy seeing him go by. Put a dribble in the ground, big power dribble, and go up together. Yeah, there's an aspect of it that you got to have some leeway there. If they're both going to be physical, it's going to be a physical play. You can't continue to just have a quick whistle just because it's getting physical.
And it's not just the size that Bryson Hall provides himself. Look how much bigger he makes Reinhardt's lineup. T. Williams about 6'5", 6'6" at the 4. He's also a really good defender coming off the weak side as well. and then Bryson James at that wing spot. It really just makes Reinhardt a more complete team as Nate Jones finishes down low with the lay-in.
Absolutely. I mean, there's stuff that you're aren't able to see for, if you're sitting at home watching this, but you got to see the communication skills on the court from Bryson Hall, as well as the entire team. I mean, you're looking over, you see the entire team talking to their 5 guys on the court right now.
And they're taking pride of playing defense, forcing the turnover there. And Bryson Hall's second shift is done, giving Reinhardt very nice minutes, very similar to what he did in his other contest in this season. Now the 5 for Reinhardt. Pearman, James, Jones, Brown, and T. Williams. James drives it, passes it to Williams. Williams fakes it, thinks better of it, and Brown is unable to recover the pass from T. Williams. KCU basketball. So Donovan Perriman will exit back into the game for Reinhardt. Zay Wiggins. Nate Jones picking up Colby Gray at half court. Jones, good defense, gets blown past. Hood inside, draws the foul. And we're going to see KCU make another one of those 5-for-5 shifts. Trying to keep their groups fresh. Whole group substitutions is the name of the game for the Kentucky Christian Knights. Currently trailing the Reinhardt Eagles by 1 point with Markel Hood at the free throw line. Hood hits the first free throw. So nearly an entire group, there's going to be a guy that's going to get the free throw shooter either after this free throw or the next stoppage of play. Score is now 20-20. Hood will not hit it. Derek Brown recovers it. Zay Wiggins now has it. Wiggins dribbles across the timeline, hits Bryson James. James trying to attack. Brown, jumper, will not fall. The jumper doesn't fall. Hood, open, 3-ball, gets it to go. 3-ball, left corner pocket from Markel Hood. Wiggins to Brown, now to James. Williams in the post against Stockstill. Williams throws it back to Wiggins. Reinhardt will reset. Williams tries to reposition himself. Williams in the post, trying to make a play. Wants the isolation against Stockstill. Makes a move, looking for some room. Stockstill, good defense. Lau, jumper, will not go, but an offensive foul by T. Williams. Williams tried to reposition himself on the block. Good defense by D'Angelo Stockstill to force him into a tough situation.
And even if the whistle wasn't blown there, on the illegal screen, I mean, Stockstill was able to reposition himself and to contest a tough shot from Tucker Lau.
Absolutely, and typically whenever T. Williams is matched up against bigs, he's able to really elude them with his quickness and shiftiness off the dribble. But Stockstill very light on his feet there on that defensive possession, sticking with T. Williams in that mid-post area. Nice drive by Northington, and he finishes high off the glass.
Very good ball movement there from the Kentucky Christian Knights.
Wiggins has it, gives it to Brown. Brown trying to make a move. Tucker Lau now has it. Good hedge by Stockstill. Wiggins trying to make a move. Lau. Brown loses it. Nakai Fisher recovers it. Step back, 3-ball, falls for Nakai Fisher. And I said it before this game started, before this game really got going, when Nakai Fisher is confident offensively, this is a different ball club. 3-ball will not fall for KCU. Rebound Brown. Wiggins is going to try to push the pace here. Lau, corner, 3-ball. Doesn't get it. He falls to the ground. KCU has numbers. Northington inside, leaves it short. Wiggins with the rebound. He's going to push it. Wiggins against Lloyd, now joined by Sarah Katsanis. Pass to Fisher. Fisher with the pump. Fisher driving. Fisher attacking. Blocked by Stockstill, but a foul.
Two available shots here from Nakai Fisher, who, I mean, he's one of your shooters. This is the guy that you want at the free throw line to knock down these shots.
You see Nakai Fisher, as this game goes on, just steadily building up some confidence.
He's already established that he has the ability to knock down the deep three. Now just a nice, easy pump fake, and he was able to get in the drive.
We're going to see Nate Jones re-enter the game for the Reinhardt Eagles. He's going to come into the game for Tucker Lau. 5 on the floor for Reinhardt. Wiggins, Jones, James, Fisher, and Brown. Fisher goes and hits the free throw. The 5 for KCU, Lloyd, Sarah Katsanis, Northington the second, Raymer, and Stockstill. Stockstill gives it back to Lloyd. Lloyd being guarded by Brown. Northington's going to lead. Brazen James, nice defense. Brown with the steal. Jones gets bumped by Northington and draws the foul. Reinhardt's in the 1-and-1, so Jones will go to the line with the chance to add points to the Eagles' total.
That is not something you want to do if you're KCU here. I mean, you just had a big change of possession down here at the bottom. After Nakai Fisher ties it up with 2 minutes left. I mean, you have a stolen ball down here. You go down here, and it's a cheap foul that you don't need at this point in the game.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Good talk.
So Nate Jones at the line for the Reinhardt Eagles. Eagles right now tied up against KCU as Jones knocks down the free throw. But they're tied against the Knights without him really making much of an offensive contribution up to this point. That was his 3rd point of the game. You have to figure that Nate Jones is going to get rolling sooner rather than later for Reinhardt. Goes 2 for 2 from the line there. Eagles take a 2-point lead. So Jaden Lloyd bringing it up. Zay Wiggins playing defense, now guarded by Nakai Fisher. Wiggins against Rammer. Rammer down low, tries to make a move, loses it. Nakai Fisher gets it, pushing the pace. Nate Jones now has it. Spin, move, lay-in is no good. Stockstill going to the bench, saves it. Sarah Katsanis gives it to Northington. Northington, quick move. Good defense by James, but a foul. Seemed like it was pretty decent defense there from Brazen James down low, but again, that kind of goes back to that lack of true rim protection. Brazen James is very effective at contesting those shots, maybe even blocking a few of them. But play in, play out, it may be difficult for a guy of his size to be someone that you rely on to defend the rim on a consistent basis.
Absolutely, and we've talked about Bryson Hall. That's the ability that he provides. But when you're playing the type of game that the Reinhardt Eagles is playing, where you are playing this fast pace, you want to run the floor, you want to score a lot of points, but you want to do it on the transition. It is hard for a big guy like Bryson Hall to maybe keep up sometimes. So that's why you have to be able to sub those 5 minutes at a time, or even those 3 minutes at a time. So make sure you're getting everybody the appropriate rest they need. So when they come back in, they are 100%.
So Zay Wiggins is going to bring it up after receiving the pass from Derek Brown. Jones gets it on the right wing. Eagles running some action. Brazen James gets it on the right wing, makes a move, guarded by Sanders, passes it to Brown, who loses it. Brown now at the top of the key. He's trying to attack. Fisher to Jones. Jones is going to go to work here. Midi will not fall for him. Brazen James with the rebound. Nice pass to Derek Brown down low.
We love second chance points around here.
Absolutely. Reinhardt back in front. Good defense there by Jones. Pass to Markel Hood. Hood dribbling, looking. He's going to pass it to DeBoard. DeBoard guarded by Jones. DeBoard pass, cross court to Gray. Gray picked up by Wiggins and a tough mid-range jumper, and he gives a little wink to the Reinhardt bench after that one.
Hey! Move it! Those chests!
And now Nate Jones has it. And Wiggins will get it, and Reinhardt's offense will reset. Coach Newton for the Eagles barking out orders. They're set to run a play here. Brazen James, he's attacking, looking for somewhere to go with it. Nakai Fisher now has it at the top of the key against Jalen King Joyner. Loses it, passes it to James. James, pull up, 3-ball, won't fall. Rebound, DeBoard, 15 seconds remaining. Shot clock has been turned off. DeBoard will dribble it, now on the left wing. Pass to Gray. Gray to Sanders. Gray for 3, won't fall. Nice hustle there, James. He's going to have to heave this one, and it will almost go down for the Reinhardt Eagles. A very entertaining half of basketball leads us to this. Reinhardt and KCU deadlocked at 29, and we have a barn burner on our hands, Mr. Jackson.
Absolutely, man. These two teams are playing a really fast-paced game. I mean, they are using the transition. They're using the long rebounds from the three-point shots to take advantage of the ability to take up the whole floor in just a couple dribbles. And they are using. I mean, they're KCU's up here subbing 5 minutes at a time, while Reinhardt's up here. They're doing similarly the same thing. I mean, they're subbing 2, 3 every about a minute apart, and they're keeping guys fresh. But I mean, this is going to come down to the wire.
Absolutely. Stay right here with us to see the finish of this Appalachian Athletic Conference clash. Right now, Reinhardt 29, KCU 29. We'll be right back at the start of the second half. Appalachian Athletic Conference plays. We get set to start the second half. Right now, the Reinhardt Eagles and the Kentucky Christian Knights deadlocked at 29 points apiece. Again, Lorenzo Robinson, Taylor Jackson joining alongside me. The leader thus far for KCU, Lamar Northington II, off the bench for KCU, has 8 points to go with a rebound and an assist. 2 for 2 from the line. Reinhardt's scoring leader is number 12, Nakai Fisher. Fisher with 8 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He knocked down 2 of 3 three-point field goals. He also has a 2 for 2 trip from the free throw line. So it's been a very entertaining ball game up to this point. The Kentucky Christian Knights, coming into this one, have only won 2 games so far in the year. That's the bad news. The good news for them is both of those games came in conference play. So they're obviously a lot more comfortable playing against teams within their own conference. But this would be a huge win for them. Reinhardt does not lose very much at the Brown Athletic Center. So KCU trying to do the otherwise unthinkable and knock off Reinhardt at the Brown. We get set to get things going here. Brazen James inbounds it to Zay Wiggins, and we will start the second half. DeBoard guarding Wiggins. Williams bluffs the screen. Wiggins, nice move inside for the layup.
That's a great start to this, to this second half that you want to see the Reinhardt Eagles come out and do. You want to see them attack the rim. You want to see them just use their athleticism and use their ball skills to get easy layups like that from Zay Wiggins.
Absolutely. DeBoard has it, poked away by James. DeBoard recovers it. Now Markel Hood trying to make a move on T. Williams. What a move by Markel Hood. And he knocks the jumper down. Wow, Markel Hood, great move. It's now tied up yet again, 31-31. T. Williams wants it right back. Attacks Hood and misses the little flip shot. DeBoard with the rebound. Hood going to work, making a move. Mid-range jumper falls for Markel Hood. Markel Hood, he's feeling himself. You could tell he's scowling, looking right into the eyes of T. Williams. 3 ball for Fisher, won't fall. DeBoard passes it ahead. The layup will not go. King Joyner kind of threw that too high off the glass. Zay Wiggins bringing it up. T. Williams in the post. Williams spinning, looking for room. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He's going to pass it back out to Zay Wiggins. Wiggins attacks, makes a nice move. Step back jumper falls for Zay Wiggins. 3 ball for number 1. 34-33, Reinhardt ahead. Sanders has it, guarded by Fisher. Sanders looking for somewhere to go. Brazen James gets it. Look out below. Brazen James can fly. Brazen James with the jam. Reinhardt ahead by 3. James back on defense guarding DeBoard. Fisher guarding Sanders. 3 ball will not go for Gray. Rebound by James. James is going to push it. Looking for somewhere to go. Hits Williams in the post. Nice move by T. Williams. Takes advantage of the smaller DeBoard and finishes. Reinhardt starting to build a run here, building up some momentum. They're ahead 38-33. 3 ball goes for Markel Hood. Markel Hood has the hot hand, folks. 8 points here in the second half in just 3 minutes of play. Markel Hood is feeling it right now. Zay Wiggins, Jones hits it.
These 2 teams are just going back and forth. I mean, this is what we expected. This is going to be a barn burner game. This is going to be, neck and neck. Who can finish at the end?
Most definitely. Both teams trading haymakers here at the Brown Athletic Center. Reinhardt right now pulling out in front, 41-36. Set to resume play here in the second half. Reinhardt ahead 41-36. Gray brings it up and he passes it to Sanders. Hood has been phenomenal so far in the second half. Was trying to make a move there. That ball nearly stolen by Tucker Lau. Lau and Pearman now in the game for Reinhardt, as they're going to go kind of small with Nate Jones at the 3.
I mean, that's expected from Coach Newton. I mean, you want to find these, you want to have these guys. You know, they're not doing much down low. I mean, you got a good spin move there, but they're not. KCU is not very big on the court right now. They are going fast. They are trusting Hood to make the big play, and they are doing it very well, and they are moving. And so, as Reinhardt, you have to be able to match that.
Pearman dribbles along the baseline. It gets poked away and will stay with the Reinhardt Eagles. But Markel Hood came right out of halftime and made his presence felt early on. Hit a few nice mid-range jumpers, made a nice move against T. Williams, and then knocking down the 3. Pearman attacking the rim. He's making a move. Nate Jones wide open for 3. It falls. Nate Jones from downtown. Jones now in double figures with 10 points.
That's the Nate Jones that we expected. We want to see in games like this. You want to see him knock down the big shots. You want to see them control the game and continue to take this lead and build on this lead.
Absolutely. That's the Nate Jones that we've come to expect to see from him over the last 2 seasons. Hood keeps his hot streak going, hits the mid-range jumper, but no rest for the weary. Reinhardt bringing it back fast. Williams inside, hoop and the contact. And Markel Hood, he wants it right back. It seems like him and Williams going a little tit for tat here.
Hey, I mean, competition breeds competition, and that's what you want to see here. But you want to see it be controlled.
Tucker Lau hits Williams. Williams takes the contact and finishes inside. No foul call there. The Reinhardt faithful wanted a whistle. They will not get it. Sanders at the top of the key to DeBoer. DeBoer splits the double team. The floater will fall for DeBoer. Pearman bringing it up fast. Takes some contact. No call. Pass to Williams. Offensive foul by Donovan Pearman. Nice job by Hood sacrificing his body and taking the contact.
I love how fast that Reinhardt and KCU are going in this game, but you have to find some control in the chaos. I think that's a cheap little charge foul there that could have been avoided.
Absolutely, and the control aspect of that can sometimes be the most difficult part because you have it in your mind. We're going to go fast. We're going to play frenetic. We're going to have this pace about ourselves. That sometimes you don't really think of making the sound play. You're just thinking, okay, I'm going to try to get the ball up as fast as I can. Let me try to make this quick pass. Let me try to get to the rim. So that is definitely probably the most important aspect, or probably the most forgotten aspect when you talk about trying to play with pace.
Absolutely.
So big group substitution for KCU, as we've seen all throughout this game. Lloyd now has it, being guarded by Pearman. Stockstill back to Lloyd. Raymer. Northington. Offensive foul. Nice job by Tucker Lau staying in position. Northington extended that arm. There go gets called for the offensive foul. Good defense there in the backcourt by Jaden Lloyd. Lloyd hounding Pearman. Pearman has 2 seconds to get the ball across half court. And a foul at the 20-second mark. Jaden Lloyd was making life very difficult for Donovan Pearman, but he gets whistled for the foul right at 20 seconds.
That's one of the consequences that of playing aggressive and picking up full court is you got to be aggressive, but at the same time you can't have cheap fouls like that.
Down low. Good pass to Brown, who can't finish it. We're seeing Bryson Hall again for the Reinhardt Eagles. He drew a double team. He made a nice pass to Derek Brown. Brown just wasn't able to finish it.
Let's play, DB, you good?
So now Northington being guarded by Tucker Lau.
You good, sir?
Lau now guarding Lloyd.
Good. Head. Under. Good.
Tucker, Lau, good defense. Raymer, kick out to the corner. Northington making a move. The three for Sarah Katsanis won't fall. Stockstill with the rebound. Stockstill now to Raymer. Raymer back to Stockstill, but it goes to Donovan Pearman. Pearman dribbling up the court. Has to find some control here. And you spoke about it. Reinhardt a little bit out of control on that possession, trying to run.
Absolutely, and if you're playing that point guard position, you have to have that control, but you have to be able to see the whole floor. I mean, they were going on. They only had 2 Reinhardt defenders down there Reinhardt offenders down there, and then you're going against 3 defenders on the KCU side. It's not smart play, and you want to see a little bit better, especially from your point guard.
Tucker Lau with the steal. He has it. He does not have numbers, but he's going to pull the 3 ball. Tucker Lau from downtown. Tucker Lau for 3. Eagles extend their lead to 9. Lloyd bringing it up, being guarded by Pearman. Raymer has it. Northington pull-up jumper, good. Lamar Northington knocks it down. Again, no rest for the weary. Hall in the post. Bump. And can't get it to fall. Stock still swinging those elbows. That was very interesting from him, trying to shrug the little guy off of him. Donovan Pearman, though, we know he's not afraid to body up with those big fellas. A lot of new players on the floor for Reinhardt. Zay Wiggins, T. Williams, Nakai Fisher, and Nate Jones enter.
That's 3 for 25.
Wiggins guarding Lloyd. Stockstill pass to Sarah Katsanis. Lloyd at the top of the key. Pick and roll with Stockstill. Northington thought about shooting it. Raymer will, and it will not fall. Bryson Hall has it. Zay Wiggins recovers. Williams in the post. They're trying to crowd him because he has the shorter defender on him. Williams hanging in the air. Nice jumper going towards the baseline.
That's exactly what you want to see from from T. Williams, is his ability to take his one-on-one match and finish at the rim.
Raymer pass to Lloyd. Lloyd being guarded by Williams. Nice help by Nate Jones on the baseline. Jones comes again. Pass out to Northington. Northington makes the pass to Lloyd, who knocks the mid-range jumper down. Timeout, Kentucky Christian. There's been a lot of action here in the second half. Reinhardt ahead by 7 points. What can KCU do to try to get themselves back into this ball game, if anything?
I mean, you got to make a stop on defense. You got to be able to control T. Williams, but at the same time, I mean, you got Nate Jones knocking down the 3. You got Tucker Lau knocking down the 3. I mean, you got the threat of Nakai Fisher out there. I mean, you have to figure out a way to stop the Reinhardt offense. And I mean, you're doing a really good job at finishing down here on the offensive side. But it doesn't match up is if you don't still take that ability to finish down there and come down here to the defensive side of the court and finish as well.
And this is the danger when you play against a team like Reinhardt, so effective offensively as a group, and they're a team that can really put up points in bunches. When they get rolling, it just seems like they can't be stopped. We've seen them score over 80 points, over 90 points on several occasions throughout this year. They're among the top teams in the conference in points per game. Offense is not an issue for them. The biggest thing that other teams have been able to do is score in the paint against Reinhardt, and that's something that KCU really hasn't been able to do. A lot of that can be attributed to the defense that Reinhardt has played, but also the insertion of Bryson Hall in the lineup, someone who was not playing a whole lot, who has just come into the rotation for them. Him being in there has gone a long way towards allowing this team to establish themselves defensively in the post.
Absolutely. I mean, but you gotta see the whole picture as well. Reinhardt has scored a lot of their points on transition. You know, the steal down here from Tucker Lau, going down here giving it to T. Williams, and T. Williams was able to put it back. You know, the steal from Tucker Lau going all the way down, pulling up in the corner, banging the three. I mean, it's KCU is actually coming down here and running their offense and taking up time. As far as Reinhardt is taking it right back down there, getting a defensive stop here, getting a missed shot here, and able to push the ball. That's why you have this 7-point lead right now, is because of that ability to score in bunches, but as well as coming down and being able to just hit the easy shots.
Eagles are at their best when they are able to get out and run in transition. Williams spin move. What a move by T. Williams, but can't get it to fall. Markel Hood back in the game.
Yes, hand.
Good pass to Stockstill and a block by Nakai Fisher. Nice timing there by Fisher to get the rejection. Derek Brown is set to return to the game for the Reinhardt Eagles. And Brown is going to come in for Bryson Hall. So now the front court, Fisher, Williams, and Brown. Those guys have played a lot of minutes together so far in this season. Hood knocks it down. Markel Hood is feeling it, folks. Another 3-ball for him.
Now, this is something that you see here. I mean, you have Stockstill down in the paint, and he's on a smaller guard. I mean, if you're Reinhardt, you really have 5 guards in the game right now, or 5 people that are willing to take control of the ball. But you have Hood sitting on the outside. T. Williams is forced to help on Stockstill, and then you get the open pass to Hood, and he just hits the 3.
Markel Hood has been sensational here for Kentucky Christian. He's up to 6 of 9, shooting 16 points. 14 of those 16 have come in the second half alone. Markel Hood has been phenomenal.
And I don't know what Coach Pack over here on the KCU side, what he said to Markel Hood in the locker room, but he has definitely shown up in this second half.
It's gotten him going, that's for sure. Stockstill, nice drive into the paint for the layup. 2-point game. Eagles trying to run. Williams collecting himself inside the hoop and the harm for T. Williams. Williams drawing the contact and getting the finish. Brazen James will re-enter the game for Derek Brown.
Hey, this is our pickup over here, right?
Williams is up to 15 points in this game. Pardon, 16. Rebound there by Sarah Katsanis. Lloyd will have it. One of the first times in this game we're going to see Stockstill and Hood share the floor together. Score is 55-51 in favor of the hometown Reinhardt Eagles. Reinhardt trying to cling to their 4-point advantage. KCU trying to get themselves back into the ball game. Lloyd has it, guarded by Wiggins. Wiggins shading him to the right side, and a foul will be called on Zay Wiggins. And one thing that Coach Newton really tries to place an emphasis on, he does not want to allow ball handlers to drive into the middle of the defense. For a team defensively, the hardest place to guard is when they're able to come at you straight down the middle.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a point guard and you're able to drive center and you're able to drive, to the middle of the court, you have so many options at that point, because if you're a defense, you have to converge on that ball handler.
Markel Hood knocks it down. He is unconscious right now. That was great defense being played, but Hood says it's not enough. James passes it to Fisher. Fisher on the drive. It gets tipped away, but a foul. Markel Hood is up to 19 points in this game, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point range.
Markel Hood is playing outside of his mind right now, and if you're KCU, you have to have somebody that's going to step up, and that is the reason they're in this game right now.
Jones, pull-up jumper, doesn't fall. Rebound, James. James with the bump. James throwing it up, and they're going to say he took too many steps. And this is only Markel Hood's fourth game of the season. Attacks the rim, Markel Hood right to the rim and scores the basket as KCU takes the lead. Pearman bringing it up fast. Williams thought about taking the three. He will, and he will knock it down and stares right at Markel Hood after hitting that one. Williams and Hood are going back and forth tonight.
Hey, we talked about this. Competition breeds competition, and these are two guys that have the ability to score willingly at any point in the game, and they are guarding each other on both sides of the court, and neither one can stop each other.
And we have a great one here on our hands, folks. Reinhardt pulling ahead 58-56 against the Kentucky Christian Knights. Markel Hood, you talk about playing outside of your body. Again, he only played 3 games before this one. In those 3 games, averaged 9.7 points per game. Not a guy who, coming in, you're thinking, man, he's really going to be the one that does it. But if you look at trends over the course of his last 3, he had 4 points in his first outing, then 13 and 12. So a guy that steadily has begun to pick up some steam, didn't play at all in the early stages of the year. But maybe with him playing this type of basketball, KCU can potentially be dangerous in the AAC tournament.
Absolutely, and if you're any other team sitting in the AAC right now, you're looking at this game like, who is Markel Hood? I mean, you're confused. You are like, man, this is somebody that we actually have to worry about, especially if they're going to compete with Reinhardt University in this game.
And never to be outdone, though, T. Williams matching him with 19 points of his own. It seems like every time that Markel Hood makes a play, T. Williams, he's demanding the ball from his teammates, and he's going out there and he's doing whatever he wants as well. 9 of 14 from the field.
Hey, T!
58-56, Reinhardt ahead, just under 9 minutes remaining. Jaden Lloyd dribbling against Donovan Pearman.
Good.
Hood now being guarded by Brazen James. Hood trying to make a move, and they're going to call it carry. And you see the adjustment that Coach Newton made. Brazen James has gained a reputation as one of the best wing defenders on this team. He usually guards the opposing team's best offensive weapon. By putting James on Hood, it is the ultimate sign of respect from Coach Newton and his staff. Stolen by Northington. Nice pass. Lloyd will lay it up and in. KCU ties the game up yet again, 58-58. Fisher trying to attack on Sarah Katsanis. Nakai Fisher passes it. Williams in the post. Turnaround J falls for T. Williams. 60-58 is the score right now. Lloyd guarded by Pearman. Hood trying to come across a pin down. Quick pass to the corner. Northington on the slash, and he finishes down low. Teams trading haymakers here in the second half. Under 8 minutes to play, 60-60. Nate Jones 3-ball does not fall. Rebound Stockstill. KCU trying to push. Markel Hood has it. He makes a move, kicks it out. Lloyd for 3. Will not fall. Brazen James with the rebound. Lloyd tried to take some contact and a flop for good measure. Open 3. T. Williams can't get it to fall. Markel Hood with the rebound. Lamar Northington brings it up. Northington pass. Sarah Katsanis hits the 3. KCU now ahead by 3 points. Pearman has it. We've seen him be a little out of control in a few of these drives. Nice pass here. Williams gets wrapped up. Is that an intentional foul? It seemed like he didn't make a play on the ball there. Are the refs going to discuss it? Coach Newton wasn't happy with it. And we will see an X thrown up by the ref. It's an intentional foul.
That is something that you don't want to do, especially if you're going to continue to lead this KCU basketball team, because you don't want to get, those unintentional, not unintentional, but nippy little fouls that you really don't need.
That's absolutely not what you want. And we see Brazen James kind of jawing with a few of the KCU players. You don't want that either if you're Reinhardt. You don't want to kind of add insult to injury. You're already getting free throws and you're going to get possession. You don't want to try to make matters worse for yourself.
Absolutely, but I mean, if that's one of your brothers on the court, I mean, it kind of is an exchange that's just going to happen.
Absolutely, and good on his teammates for getting him out of there before it became anything different. T. Williams misses the first of the 2 free throws. We're going to see Wiggins, Lau, and Hall re-enter the game for Reinhardt. Williams from the line. He hits this one. So 63-61 is your score. KCU ahead of the Eagles. So Wiggins, Lau, and Hall come in. Pearman, Fisher, and James will exit. 7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in this ball game. 2-point game. The Kentucky Christian Knights, 2 wins on the year, looking for their 3rd on the road against a game Reinhardt basketball team. Wiggins passes it deep to T. Williams. Williams being guarded by Hood. This has been the matchup all game long. Williams, sidestep 3, won't go. Nearly got that one to fall. Lloyd passes it to Hood. Hood being guarded by Williams. Hood passes it in the corner. Northington to Stockstill, who throws it down.
If you're Reinhardt here on the defensive end, you have to be able to rotate.
Quick trigger 3 from Nate Jones doesn't fall. Stockstill with the rebound. Lloyd bringing it up. He's going to push it. Northington tried to retrieve it. Can't. Good save by Sarah Katsanis to Northington, who floats it up and it doesn't go. Nate Jones with the rebound.
You really want to see Reinhardt slow it down here. After going 0 for 3 the last 3 possessions, coming back from that, that technical foul or that flagrant foul, you want to see him slow down and get into an offense and you got to chip at this 4-point lead, and that does it right there from Zay Wiggins.
Speaking of chipping at it, Zay Wiggins from downtown hits the 3. It's now 65-64. KCU hanging on to a 1-point advantage. Jaden Lloyd being guarded by Nate Jones.
If I'm Reinhardt here, I want to stay slowing down the pace. Right now, KCU has controlled the pace so far.
Markel Hood, it's a score and a chance for one more. Hood has been on fire here in the second half and continues his hot streak. And you can tell he's feeling himself. He's looking at his bench. He's telling them, I'm him, I'm him. KCU goes back up by 3. It's going to be Fisher and Brown coming into the game. Lau and Hall exiting.
I mean, this is Markel Hood. I mean, he has almost 20 of his 23 points in this second half alone. He has been a guy that has stepped up for KCU in this second half.
This is the free throw. Zay Wiggins is going to bring it up now. Wiggins being picked up by Lloyd. Williams is going to set a screen. Wiggins attacking the rim. Hits Brown. Wide open. Nate Jones won't hit it. Markel Hood recovers it. Hood being guarded by Williams. Hood pass to Sarah Katsanis. Open for 3. Sarah Katsanis from downtown. The Kentucky Christian Knights have stunned this Reinhardt crowd. Timeout, Coach Newton. KCU is on the verge of winning their 3rd game of the season.
Now, if you're Reinhardt here, you have 5 minutes and 12 seconds, which in basketball, that is a long time. You have a long time to chip away at this 6-point lead that the KCU Knights have been able to obtain here, but you have to do it smart. You can't just you can't go down here and jack up a 3 just because you want to chip that away. You have to slow it down. You have to be able to control the game here in these last 5 minutes because it's going to come down to the wire.
It is going to come down to the wire, and Reinhardt, you don't need to feel compelled to start rushing. We've seen Reinhardt try to push the tempo in certain moments and maybe get themselves into some tough spots by rushing a little bit too fast. You maybe want to try to build some good offense. You want to try to get your guys into spots. Nate Jones has had some good looks. Continue to give him those chances because he's very capable of knocking them down. Jaden Lloyd is making life difficult on Zay Wiggins, trying to bring the ball up. Bryson James attacking, passes it, Jones, James, three, hits it for Reinhardt on the right wing, Bryson James.
It's good maul movement from the Eagles here, and that's what you want them to do. You want them to continue to move the ball and get these easy open shots that your players are allowed to hit.
Step back three, Markel Hood doesn't fall. Rebound, Sarah Katsanis. Shot is up and no good by Northington.
That's a good defensive possession there. You want to get in Hood's face and continue. That's a foul there from Jaden Hood on Zay Wiggins. But as I was saying, you want to get in Hood's face. You have to slow him down just a little bit.
Brown inside, takes the contact, and he will go to the line. A little too much contact there from D'Angelo Stockstill. This is a Kentucky Christian team that in their first 17 games, they won one game. They're now looking to win their second consecutive game, and this one may be even more impressive than their first win against St. Andrews. This is a very good Reinhardt team, especially very good at home. This would be a nice win to add to the resume for KCU. Reinhardt trying to stop that from happening. Brown hits the free throw.
This is a win that will go on their resume and will be a hefty resume if they were allowed to do it. Now, Reinhardt has to be able to continue to take these little easy buckets and make them work for it. Reinhardt's not going to give it up easy. KCU is going to have to work for it to finish out this game.
Absolutely, and we're going to see number 3, T. Williams, re-enter the game for Reinhardt.
Markel Hood with a little warning there.
T. Williams right now, 22 points, 10 of 17 from the field. He has hit a 3 as well. Brown hits the free throw, and Williams will enter for him. So the 5 on the floor with a little over 4 minutes remaining. It's going to be Williams, James, Wiggins, Fisher, and Jones. For KCU, it's going to be Lloyd, Sarah Katsanis, Northington, Stockstill, and Hood. This has been the longest that coach has left a group in for KCU all game long. Lloyd hangs in the air but can't get it to go.
If you're Coach Pat right now, you have to be able to trust these guys to finish off this game. I mean, these are your guys that you have gone on this big run with.
What a finish by Bryson James at the rim.
Just that finish alone allows Reinhardt to take it. I mean, they're on a 7-0 run right now and taking the lead 71-70.
So Jaden Lloyd has it. He's being guarded by Zay Wiggins. Stock still attacking, makes the pass. Northington, wide open Jaden Lloyd. He can't get it to fall. Nakai Fisher recovers it. Eagles ahead, 71-70. Coach Newton is telling them to slow things down. Sarah Katsanis is going to pick up the ball. Fisher setting a screen. Nate Jones curling around. He gets it. Makes a move. Stolen by Hood. Hood attacking the rim. Euro and loses control, but Stock still is there for the follow. Long pass to T. Williams. He has it in the post. Bump Stockstill takes the contact and draws the foul.
And this is a slugging match here. I mean, they're going one for one. And now these free throws is where it matters. If you're going to continue to get fouled at the rim, you have to take advantage of these easy free throws that the KCU defense is allowing you, not only allowing, giving you.
And maybe coming into the game, you would say, hey, we look at KCU's record and we're saying, man, this could be a get-right game for Reinhardt. And then as the game goes on, you're like, wow, they're really competing. They're playing hard. At this point in the game, under 3 minutes left, 72-72, all of that is out the window. This is just 5-on-5, two teams slugging it out, seeing who is going to break first. That's what we have turned this game into, folks.
Absolutely, and the two guys that you have seen this whole second half that is doing the slugging, that is slugging back and forth, is Markel Hood and T. Williams.
Williams goes 2 for 2 at the line. Reinhardt takes a 1-point advantage. Hall will enter the game for Nate Jones. Jones goes to the bench. You would figure that's going to be a quick shift for him, a quick rest. One of Reinhardt's most consistent late game players. Lloyd remains in the game. Stockstill gives it back to Lloyd. Markel Hood being guarded by Brazen James. Hood passes it to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to make a move. Back to Hood. Hood pump fake, gets it back. Hood inside, does not get it to fall, but a foul. And you can tell every time down the floor, Hood is asking for it. He is telling his teammates, hey, find me. I'm going to try to get open and bring us home.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a guy that you want to rely on right now. He has the hot hand, so you want to keep feeding him and keep giving him the opportunity to score. He makes his team better around him, and you've seen that late in this half.
Hood at the free throw line, knocks it down. 1 for 1 so far on this trip. He's now 3 of 5 from the line so far in this game. Hood up to 24 points and 11 rebounds, a double-double for Markel Hood. At the line, hits them both. Markel Hood goes 2 for 2 at the line. 74-73, KCU is back. Both teams just trading buckets. Hall back in the game, makes a move, great pass, T. Williams in the corner, can't get it to fall. Williams tries to hit it off the board, and then Brazen James a little bit too aggressive there. That foul is going to be Reinhardt's 7th, and that will put KCU in the 1-and-1.
That is not something that you want to see this late in the game, where you're just giving them a free chance at points here.
And I love what Bryson Hall did down low. He was in the post. He attracted the attention and hit T. Williams in the corner. That was a good look for a shooter that is capable of knocking those down. The missed free throw by Lloyd and a nice rebound from Hall. Zay Wiggins is going to walk it up.
Now you hope that missed free throw by Jaden Lloyd doesn't cost them.
Hall inside, can't get it to fall. T. Williams with the rebound, and he can't get it to fall. Stockstill will retrieve the board for KCU. Stockstill took what looked to be an extra step, but they're not going to call it. Timeout KCU. And we're not going to go away right now. It's too close. 1:49 left. 74-73 is the score. The Kentucky Christian Knights again on the verge of getting their second consecutive win. But a few really good chippies that Reinhardt had, a few really good looks that they had, and they weren't able to get them to fall.
Absolutely, man, and those are the ones that you're going to look back and you're like, man, I wish I would have had that one back. I mean, you're at 74-73 KCU right now, and if you're Reinhardt, you have to control the clock. You have to be able to control the ball. If I'm Reinhardt, I'm taking that whole 30-second clock, shooter's clock, and I'm using most of it. But I have to be able to score points. I mean, you have to get down there and get an easy shot. I mean, you're not at this point in the game. You're not going to break away with it. It is going to be a 75-74 game. It's going to be a 78-77 game. I mean, you know that at this point, but you have to play clean basketball on both sides of the court.
Clean basketball is absolutely correct. You don't want to make any mistakes that hands the game to the other team. You want them to win it. You don't want to lose it. So KCU ahead, 74-73. The 5 on the floor for Reinhardt. It's Wiggins, James, Williams, Jones, and Hall.
Make a play.
For KCU, it's Lloyd, Stockstill, Northington, Hood, as we see Northington attack, and it rolls in.
Triple.
KCU now ahead by 3. DeBoer, the 5th player on the floor for KCU. James attacks the basket, passes it to Hall inside, through the contact, takes the shot, makes it, and a timeout from Coach Newton.
That's exactly what you want. You want to trust your big guys, and you want to get those easy layups. Coach Newton doing a really good job there of getting the quick points, going ahead and taking a timeout, letting your guys figure it out, talk to them, break it down on the defense side, because that's where you're going now. You have to go on the defense side, and you have to get a stop. And he took that quick timeout. Now he gets to talk to his guys, get them all on the same page so they can go down here and make a stop.
Absolutely. You have to try to get a stop here. And you want to not allow Markel Hood to get a good look and maybe not even give him a good look at an island. You want to have one guy on him and maybe someone shading, maybe ready to stunt on his drive. And then a guy in Lamar Northington who he's taken 3 3-pointers, hasn't made any of them, but he's really hurt you by attacking the basket. So you want to try to choke off those driving lanes on him as well. That's where having a rim protector like Hall in the game will definitely help the Eagles down the stretch. 76-75, both teams in the 1-1. A minute 20 remaining. Lloyd will have it, and he's being guarded by Zay Wiggins. Stockstill retrieves it. Now Northington being guarded by Hall. DeBoard looking. Back to Northington. Northington on a drive. Hall falls down. Northington for 3. It won't go. Rebound T. Williams. A minute left and counting. Zay Wiggins brings it up for the Reinhardt Eagles. What will be the play call here for Reinhardt? T. Williams has it. He's going to make a move on Hood. Layup won't fall, and a foul by Markel Hood.
Now you did the work to get down there. You did the work to get there to the free throw line and get the foul, but you have to knock them down.
Absolutely.
This is going to be 2 big free throws for T. Williams and this Reinhardt team.
Probably 2 of the biggest free throws of T. Williams' Reinhardt career up to this point.
You have to assume in these next 44 seconds that you might only get 1 possession at the ball, so you have to make these count.
Williams hits the first of 2. Now 4 for 6 at the line. He has 25 points. He has matched the total of Markel Hood, 76-76. Williams goes 2 for 2 at the line. Eagles up by 1. Lloyd brings it up. Stockstill trailing. Wiggins guarding Lloyd. Hood gets it. Markel Hood making a move. Blocked by Williams, but a foul called by Brazen James. And we're seeing it's getting a little chippy down there. A lot of talking going on between the 2 teams. A lot of talking happening between the teams. You got to try to get T. Williams out of there if you're Reinhardt. It seemed like Lloyd may have pushed T. Williams in the back when his back was turned, and that prompted Williams to begin to explode a little bit. Hopefully the refs don't take this and make any calls or throw any techs. Maybe a double tech at the absolute most, but you don't want to make any calls here that can change the way that this game finishes.
I don't think there's enough proof to make that call here. I mean, yeah, it got a little chippy down there, but it came from both sides, and I think this is where they'll probably just say, oh, it's okay. And figure it out. It's going to be, KCU's ball down here. They're going to get their 2 shots.
So we got a foul on white 23. This is a regular shooter foul. We got a technical foul on white 3 and a technical foul on white 20.
Good call. So there's going to be the shooting foul on Brazen James and then double technicals on T. Williams and Reese DeBoard. The bad part about that is that will end T. Williams' shift in the game. Apparently, T. Williams is done. He picks up his 5th foul. And that is a big blow for Reinhardt, as Williams has been the catalyst for them offensively throughout this game. 10 of 18 shooting, finishes with 26 points and 10 rebounds. Another standout performance from T. Williams. But that will conclude his night. Meanwhile, Markel Hood at the free throw line for 2. Hood hits the first of 2. Hood now up to 26 points. Markel Hood's been phenomenal throughout this game. Chance to put the Knights up here. Knocks it down. Cool, calm, and collected at the free throw line is Markel Hood. Zay Wiggins is going to slow it down. Eagles trailing by a point. Fisher sets a screen. Wiggins attacking, passing, inside. Hall loses the ball. It will be KCU basketball. And a timeout from Coach Newton.
That's not something that you want to see if you're Coach Newton right here. I mean, that was a great drive by Zay Wiggins, able to kick to your big guy down low, and he had a quick power dribble and was able to lose the ball.
And that's where some of that aspect of him not really having been playing over the course of this year. Again, this is just his second game of the season. But it comes in a big spot for Reinhardt, and again, a credit to his talent for Coach Newton to trust him in this situation, but also meeting the kind of player that he is on the floor as well. Definitely a play, though, that he will want to have back. But he can't beat himself up about it too much because they still have a chance to win this game. There are 20 seconds remaining on the clock. KCU ahead, 78-77. Even if you foul and KCU hits 2 free throws, still a 1-possession game with a chance to tie it back up with a 3. 78-77, a bit of a reset. Reinhardt is in the double bonus. So will KCU at the next Reinhardt foul. Possession arrow is in favor of the Eagles. Northington inbounding and hits DeBoard. DeBoard gets fouled immediately by Nate Jones. So DeBoard is going to have 2 shots at the free throw line.
I think that's a good foul on a good person. That is a good person to foul in that situation. You don't want to foul DeBoard. You don't want to foul Jaden Lloyd. Those are your 2 guys that are going to go down to the line and they're going to knock it down. I think that is a good foul to take number 21 to Reese DeBoard, and you want to see if he can knock him down.
And DeBoard hits the first of 2. The 5 on the floor for the Eagles. It's going to be Jones, Wiggins, now Brown, who enters the game for Hall, James, and Fisher. For KCU, it's going to be Hood, Northington, Lloyd, DeBoard, and Stockstill. Free throw, DeBoard, it falls. 3-point game. Wiggins is going to bring it up, and he's going to slow it down a little bit. Reinhardt's going to run a play. Maybe try to get Nate Jones a good look for 3. Wiggins looking and loses the basketball. Lloyd up to Hood, throws it down for KCU. The Kentucky Christian Knights come into the Brown Athletic Center and will walk away with a hard-fought victory.
This was an amazing game to start out with. I mean, it has been neck to neck the entire game, and it just came down to the wire, man. You get a cheap technical foul, from T. Williams, and then you lose T. Williams altogether. That alone was a big part of finishing this game in the last minute and 20 seconds. But you can't miss Markel Hood. I mean, almost 30 points, if not 30 points in the second half. Alone, just for him, he made this KCU team better. I mean, he's been missed this whole season. Then he comes into Brown Athletic Stadium right here in Reinhardt, and he does what he looked like he's been here before. Like this was his his time to shine. He's been out, now he comes back, and what a game to do it.
He took full advantage of the moment, man. 29 points, 10 of 15 shooting, 11 rebounds, an absolute superb performance from Markel Hood. Probably one of the better games I've seen an opponent have at the Brown Athletic Center during my time at Reinhardt.
Absolutely, and it was against a really good Reinhardt Eagles team. I mean, that is just
a Reinhardt team that doesn't lose often at home as well. Wow,
absolutely.
Great job.
And he was able to, to run with, this whole game was just running and gunning. The transition points, the steals going back and forth. T. Williams and Markel Hood just going head to head the entire second half, and Markel Hood just takes the key to this town right now.
So Markel Hood is the one who finishes it off for KCU. T. Williams, also another great game for him. 10 of 18 shooting, 26 points and 10 rebounds. But it will not be enough here tonight. KCU comes away with the victory from Lorenzo Robinson, Taylor Jackson. This has been another presentation of Reinhardt Athletics.
Absolutely, and we'll see you next Wednesday.